The show, if you would please just stay in your seats, that way everybody gets an equal view of what's going on out here, okay? All right, everybody give me a great big howdy! Yeah, that was pretty good. My name's Adam. I want to welcome you out here to Gatorland's Cracker Style Gator Wrestling Show. Now, before we actually get into all this crazy Gator wrestling stuff, I want to tell you a little bit about how we got the name the Florida Crackers and how Gator wrestling started. It started around the turn of the 20th century, over 100 years ago when Florida was the #2 cattle-producing state in the country. Now, Texas was #1. They probably always will be, but anyhow, we had to move a lot of cows across Florida, and we found out that the best tool to use to move cows with is a cow whip, one of these right here. Because anytime the cows start to wander off on their own, or if they just didn't want to move altogether, quick, simple fix. Take out your whip, give it a nice loud crack, up there by their head or down by their feet, and that crack of the whip, right, that sound is where we get the name the Florida Crackers. But nowadays, a Florida Cracker is anybody who's born and raised here in the great state of Florida. So by show of hands, where are my Florida Crackers at? Three. Go Florida. Wow, you guys are an endangered species. So back to the story. Out on these cattle drives, we come across all kinds of problems. One of our biggest issues out there, believe it or not, was finding drinking water for all of our cattle. Sometimes the only water we could find for miles was a gator hole. Well, what's a gator hole? Think real hard. It's a hole with a gator in it. All right? Now what happens is, see, when it's dry out, which is not this time of year, it's like, the fall and winter time, the gators will have to find their own place to live. So they might find some dirt or some mud out in the middle of nowhere, and they'll just get down in it and start digging, right? They'll use their feet, use their tails, they'll make a big hole, and that'll fill up with rainwater eventually, or groundwater come up underneath, and that's a gator hole out in the middle of nowhere, right? So now we have our cows, we're walking them, they're hot, they're tired, they're sweating, that sun's beating down on them, and they want to drink. Right, well, they see the gator hole, and that's a nice big water hole, right? So they all rush on over there, they start drinking it. Meanwhile, the gators are down there like they're at Golden Corral picking out their steak, right? They just jump up, grab one by the face, pull it down, and eat it right there on the spot. Now, that's a bad day for that cow, but it's also a bad day for the boss, right? The guy who owns the cattle. He wants to sell them at the market, and it's very difficult to sell a headless cow. So he told us to jump in the water, grab the alligators, pull them out, and make it safe for the rest of the cattle. Now, we didn't want to do that, of course. We'd never done it before at that point, but he's the boss, right? So he threw us in. We had to jump in, grab the alligators, pull them out, and we learned a couple cool tricks along the way without dying, and that's how we get Cracker-style gator wrestling. The end. Okay. Thank you, whoever started that. That's good. Thank you. Okay. I know you guys didn't come out here for a boring history lesson. You guys want to see some gator wrestling, right? Yeah, you want me to just throw the whip down, go down here and grab all these gators, pull them up here, jump on them, and get my hands ripped off, right? No! I'm not that stupid, but luckily for you guys, I know somebody who is. But it's going to take some encouragement to get him out here. I think he's up there shaking in his boots right now. His name's Brett. Let's make a bunch of noise for Brett, guys. Stop your feet, clap your hands, and give it up for Brett, the legend. Cheers! All right.
How's everybody doing? Y'all came out to see some gator wrestling, right? I don't believe you. I tell you what, if you want to see gator wrestling, raise your hand right up in the air. See, it's the best way to get a volunteer. Look, everybody's hands go up. Hey, your hands up, buddy. Why don't you come on out here and give me some help real quick. What is your name? What is your name? Well, Connor. Connor, come on over here, Connor. Have you ever touched an alligator before, Connor? Never have? Not even a little one? No? All right, first time for everything. What I want you to do is walk around and pick out an alligator, okay? Anyone that you skin. Which one do you like the best? Got a couple right there. Got a couple. I think there's one in here that we can't use because somebody beat him up or something like that. One of the other alligators. Which one do you like the best? That one right there. Is that a good one right there, Adam? That one right there?
The one facing me?
Yeah.
Yeah, that one's
a good guy?
Yeah.
All right, come on over here, buddy. We're going to go make sure that's the one you want. All right?
Wait.
Come on out here.
He already...
No, it's all right. We're going to get a little closer look. It's all right. How old are you, buddy? He's 18. Come on out here. Come on out here, buddy. Yeah, plus 12. All right. You see this alligator right there? That's the one you picked out right over there, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to lower you in behind that alligator, okay? I want you to grab one. You might want to take off your hat because alligators like to eat dogs. All right? So I want you to grab him, pull him up over the wall. I want you to jump down on his back, grab hold of his mouth, and when you're done, I'll take over, okay? You don't want to do that, do you? How about if I do that for you? Does that sound a whole lot better? Here, take your hat back. And y'all give it up for Connor. Connor, I'm going to catch that alligator for you, Connor. You can head on out there. No, Connor, don't go towards the water. Okay? No, go out that way, Connor. Go out there now. Go on, get. All right. Take Pluto with you. All right. Let's try to catch this alligator.
Okay. There's a lot of gators.
Can you stall for me for a second? Here, take my hat.
Okay. All right. So, guys, we got a whole bunch of gators in here. I think there's, 11. Is it 11?
I don't know. They keep getting out.
Okay. All right. So there's a whole bunch of gators. They're about 7 feet long. 7 to 7.5, I would say. This was about 7.5 probably, and they weigh a lot. About 140 pounds. And that's all muscle. Brett's mostly Central Silver.
Hey. Not that old, you know. All right, let's try to pull this alligator up. I tell you what, everybody count to 3 and I'm going to pull this alligator up. Here we go. Ready?
1, 2, 3.
Keep counting. Just keep counting. I'll eventually pull him up.
5.
Okay. Here's our volunteer. Okay, I landed on him.
Now what?
I don't know. I don't usually make it this far. Let me try to grab hold of this important part real quick, and we'll get this thing started. Come here, alligator. Let me go ahead and grab hold of that mouth here. Yes. There we go. All right, I got him. Okay. And the crowd goes wild. Yeah. You guys must do this in your sleep, okay? Okay. I tell you what. The Central Silver didn't kick in. I'm going to let him catch his breath. He's tired. He's tired. All right, let me go ahead and clean him off real quick. Hey, Connor, is this the alligator you picked out, buddy? You better say yes. All right. I ain't going back down in there. All right, now a little earlier, I think Adam over there was telling you all about these things called gator holes. Now, we used to come across gator holes all the time. Problem was, we never saw a gator in there. And why? Because gators hide really, really well. I mean, take a good look at this guy's skin pigment. You see him? He's really, really dark. He's got some black and some brown. No green. No such thing as a green alligator. But he's got all this camouflage, and that allows him to blend in with the water and with any vegetation that might be out there. But another thing that helps him to hide is all they got to do to breathe. Let's say they're sitting on the bottom of some waterway, right? And you don't know he's there, and you're not even going to know he's there even when he takes a breath, because all he has to do is take this little tiny part of his body up above the surface of the water. He takes a breath, and if he smells something that he doesn't like a person, he'll go down underneath the water, and he'll stay a very, very long time. This alligator could easily hold his breath for well over an hour with no problem at all. Now, on the top of the head, you're going to see the eyes. Now, the eyes may look like they're kind of in a bad spot. I mean, they're up there on top of their head. They're sticking out of their head. Looks like something could easily poke them out, right? Well, watch what happens. Over here, watch. Watch the eyeballs. Watch what happens when I kind of run my fingers across. And watch this. The eyeballs go right down the side of their head, and they pop right back on up. Isn't that cool? See, that way nothing can poke them out. I'm not hurting the alligator. Don't worry about that. See, they go right down in and right back on up. Pretty cool, right? Check this out. Right back here behind me. Watch this. Bloop, right down in and right back on up. And you can see that nictitating membrane, too. That's that clear membrane that goes over there. Watch this. They go right down in and right back on up. Pretty cool, right? Now, behind his eye, he's got a little flap of skin back here. That covers up the alligator's ear. Now, alligators have to have ears because they talk back and forth to each other all the time. Now, they don't talk like you and I do, of course. They make all these other kinds of noises. They bellow and hiss and pop their jaws and slap their tails. We actually found out that a person can call a gator towards you. All you do is make a funny little sound down the back of your throat. It sounds like this. That's not it, okay? All right, just clearing the throat here. You're just going to go. You guys are thrilled to death so far. Great. All right. Go back on the breed marks. Give that gator call. It's right. All right, enough of this silly stuff. We're going to get real serious now. Let me ask you guys a quick question. If you know the answer, shout it out. What's the most dangerous part of an alligator? Just shout it out. All right, okay. Who thinks it's the tail? Raise your hand on up. All right, everybody with your hands raised for tail, take a really good look at me right now. There's a clue here, folks. Can you see it? Yeah. It's not the tail. Now, that tail, it can wind up and hit you. It'll beat the tar out of you. But you never hear about a guy being beat to death by a gator tail in Florida. It just doesn't happen. They bite, and they bite hard. And gators don't chase things back or try to beat the heck out of them, right? It's the mouth you got to worry about. Gators have a lot of biting pressure. This alligator probably has maybe about 1,500 pounds of biting pressure, so we can do some pretty gosh darn good damage. I'm going to try to get the alligator's mouth open and show you the teeth that he has in there, because he has a whole bunch. But this is going to be all up to the alligator. Like I said, they got a lot of biting pressure. If he doesn't want his mouth open, it's not going to happen. This gator's being kind of good, so I'm cooperative until now. All right, everybody over there, take a quick look. He's got up to 82 really, really sharp teeth. Now these teeth are made for grab and hold and see.
Ooh, you all right?
Yeah. All right, everybody saw in there, right? Yeah, we're gonna move on now.
I didn't see behind you.
What? They saw. They did. They saw. I just asked them. They saw. You guys saw pretty well. Yeah, you did. Just be quiet over there, sir. You saw it, all right? All right, I'll open it up again, okay? All right. I tell you what, I'll even turn them for you. Turn this thing.
Oh, it's awkward.
Yeah. People always ask us, hey, how come you don't wrestle with 12-footers? I'm like, yeah, why don't you shut up? Here you go. All right, can you see now, guys? There you go, 82 really sharp teeth. They're pretty long, too. Now take a look down at the back of the throat, okay? He's got a flap of skin. Now that flap of skin is there to keep water from rushing down to his lungs. Okay, we're going to move on now. Okay, we're going to just move right on. You saw it, right? Yes, you did, okay? All right, we're going to... Now, alligators have a lot of biting pressure. They do. But if he sits real still, I can hold his mouth shut with just one hand. See? Okay. Now I'm going to try to show you that it can take even less pressure than one hand to keep a gator's mouth shut. See, I'll check this out. Famous last words of a redneck. Hey, y'all, check this out. Hold a beer. Watch what little pressure this should take.
Give it up for Brett there. No hands. Woo! Whoa. Don't hold it too long, though.
Why?
You get a really bad hickey.
Yeah. The sad part is that's the only way I'm going to get a hickey. Thanks for laughing at that, guys. I appreciate that. All right, we're going to try to take that one step further for y'all and show you which one of the jaws move on an alligator. Now, I bring this up because a long time ago, people used to think that the biggest difference between a gator and a crocodile was which one of the jaws actually moved. See, people used to think that the crocodile opened up from the top and that the alligator opened up from the bottom. Well, it's the bottom jaw on both animals that does all the work. And that's what I want y'all to see here. Now, this looks really neat if it works out. So go ahead and get your cameras ready.
I would have your cameras ready anyway, because even if it goes terribly wrong, it still looks really neat.
Yeah, thanks a lot.
He's trying to bite you.
I know. I'm trying not to be bit. Just trying to get a position here so everybody can see. Just give me a second. This gator's being stubborn. It's probably a female. Oh, did I say that? I'm sorry. You guys know it's not a female. Just kidding. This were a female, I couldn't keep my mouth shut this long. Stop saying that, Adam.
I didn't say it.
All right, one more time back. Here we go. Okay. All right, wash the bottom jaw. Watch what happens. If you can't see, move, I'm tired. All right, here we go.
Oh boy. Okay, that mouth is open.
I can see that.
Don't look down, Brett. No. All right. Guys, wait, no, put your hands back.
Why?
They got to change their batteries. Hang on.
Gosh. Is that good?
I think so.
All right, there you go, guys. As you saw there, that bottom jaw came open really, really well there. I tell you what, this alligator's been doing a really good job for me, but he's probably getting a little tired of me sitting on his back. What I'd like to do is I'd like to turn him over onto his back and give him a little nap. Because I know everybody here's heard if you're ever being chased by a gator, all you got to do is turn around, grab him, throw him to his back, rub his belly, and go right to sleep, right? No. What do you do when you're being chased by a gator? You run, exactly. And you don't run zigzag. Zigzag is a myth, okay? Don't run zigzag. I want you guys to try to run zigzag sometime, okay? It's very difficult to do, and the gators, you're going to trip, and the gator's going to eat your face off, okay? Besides, gators can turn on a dime doing their top speed, which is only probably 8 or 9 miles an hour tops. So just run straight. Or trip someone. That works too, okay? All right, now I'm going to try to turn this alligator over. What's a real big help to me is Adam. Adam getting him to go to sleep. He's going to sing him to sleep once I get him over onto his back.
We didn't talk about it.
Yeah, we talked about cheating. I called you on the
you're
phone.
joking.
No, I called you on the radio phone thing. Yeah.
I'm not gonna sing
I texted you.
I'm not singing the
Oh, y'all want to hear him sing? You ready?
I thought we were friends.
No, we are friends.
Wait, okay,
absolutely.
fine. I'll sing. What do you want me to sing?
Just sing anything. Sing sweet. The alligator's being kind of stubborn. Okay?
Yeah.
And we already know why. Because he's just being stubborn. That's
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
All right, just sing sweet. Okay, let's get this gator to go to sleep. All right, here we go. Ready, alligator?
This works.
Every night in my dreams, I see you, I feel you.
Okay, all right, stop. Just stop. You killed the alligator. Alright, now this alligator could stay... Oh, I just ripped my pants. Anyway, this alligator could stay like this for a whole long time, or he could wake himself up at any minute. Now, this doesn't hurt the alligator, so he's going to wake up on his own. Give that gator a great big round of applause, folks. That's the star of the show right there.
I wasn't tired. Give it up for Frank, the legend, your gator wrestler. Woo! That's not bad, right?
That's not bad. I'll change it afterwards.
Excellent. Did you guys enjoy the show? Yeah. All right, great. Well, that is the end of the show, but it's not the end of the fun. We're going to do something really cool right now. It's called Rookie Wrestling. That's where you guys get to actually come out here on the sand and sit on the back of one of these alligators. We'll let Lamar take a break. We'll get a different one up here, and we'll let you guys sit on its back. It's a really cool photo opportunity. It's just $10 per person, or a hole in your prepaid punch card or in your receipt. If you have any one of those, we'll start a line right here at the gate, going along the railing, single file, please, and we'll get you up here. If not, our next show of the day is at 12:30, Gator Jumperoo Show down the other end of the park. We'll see you there. Have a great day, and bye-bye.
Thanks for watching. If you liked what you saw, please give the video a like and subscribe to the channel. And don't forget to ring the notification bell to keep up to date with my new uploads.